Hi everyone, I'm doing another rose tutorial video. Paper flowers are one of my favorite things to work on. I got a wonderful new die for the Spellbinder Grand Caliber machine that I own. It's the Donna Salazar Rose Creations die set, and it makes some wonderful looking roses. These are some of the roses that I've done so far. The roses that this one makes are a little bit on the flatter side, which I really like, especially if you're trying to ship something or you've got an album that you're trying to put together. I really like these. I like the fact that the petals are jagged, they're not all uniform, which makes the roses look really nice. So these are some of the roses that I've done with this, and we're going to do one now. There are 6 dies, however, I just prefer using 7 petals in my flowers just to make sure they're a little bit more fuller. You can do 6, you can do 5, you can do 3. Like I said, I just kind of happen to like doing the 7. So what I've done is I've cut 7 out of, this is a cream cardstock. Every single one, what I did was I took the Tim Holtz Distress ink. This particular one is the tea dye. And I took one of these little wonderful pencils here. This is the one with the point. And I just put some dye on it, and I went around the edge of the flower. So each piece was inked. Did that first. And then to try to give it a little bit of dimension, I put chalk on it. Just got these. I love these. These are great chalks here. They come with a little pom-poms that allow you to put different colors on, a little tool to hold that. They are just wonderful. So each piece, I know it's kind of hard to see in the video, each piece was chalked to give it some dimension. Now, in the die kit that you get, you can also emboss these. I did not emboss, only because I prefer to, as you can see, the petals are kind of cupped. Okay, I prefer to take the end of like a tool like this, see the rounded edge, and you're going to just take a soft surface. I just used my chair, and just put that around, go around and around like that, and around like that. And what it does is cups the flower up. You can kind of see on the table that they're cupped up. And I've done that with all of them, except for the very biggest one. That one was cupped in the opposite direction, and you'll see why when we put a flower together. Actually, let's use one that's put together. You can see the very last layer, actually the last 2 layers are cut and cupped down, whereas the rest of the layers are cupped up. So we're going to start with the smallest petal first, and what you're going to do on this, and hopefully you can see this, is I've just taken an ordinary wooden skewer, okay, and I'm cupping the one leaf, skipping a petal, and cupping another leaf. Okay. And you're only curling those 2. Okay, I'm just using tacky glue. If you use hot glue, it's going to go much quicker, but this is kind of really small, so I just opted just to use regular glue for this one. I don't have one of those wonderful precision heat guns yet, so this just tends to work a little bit better. Okay, now you're only working with the 2 petals that you cupped up, okay, and what you're doing is bringing those together. You can kind of twirl them around a little bit, but see how that's kind of made like a little center there, like a little bud. Now also, this particular die set does make the holes in the middle, so you can put, like if you want to attach this to something, you can put that brad in there before we've done this. I have opted not to put a brad in there, but put the brad in there first and then roll these 2 up, and then you'll still have the brad sticking out of the bottom there. So we've rolled those 2 up, and that's what it looks like. So you've got the 3 petals Hopefully this is focusing good. Okay, now you've got those up. You're just going to put a little bit of glue. Oh, way too much. Just need a little bit of glue on each one of the petals there. And then you're just going to kind of bend those up. And just so they're not up against there, I just take the very edge while I'm holding the bottom and curl it down. Curl it down. Curl it down. Alright, so that's what you've got so far. And then you're going to go to the next smallest one. You do the same thing. Make sure when you put that middle piece there, okay, that you're alternating the petals. Okay, so this petal is going like in between these two petals. You don't want the petals lining up perfectly. Okay, and then I'm just taking each petal and rolling it back. Okay, this is what I have so far. Okay, let's let that dry. I'm going to take the next section. And you're just going to keep doing this with all the sections here. Of course, because I'm trying to be quick, it's taking long. Okay, yeah, you could just leave it like that, or you could keep going. You know, depending on how full you want the flower. That's what you're going to just keep doing until you get to where you want your flower to be. And again, this one's a 7-petal flower, so I'm just going to keep on going. And you're going to want to curl that too, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to curl that. You can also curl them after they've dried a little bit. Biggest thing is you want to make sure when you're gluing these that you're alternating the petals there. Okay, and that's what we got so far. Again, we haven't curled any of the petals, but you can do that after it dries too. It doesn't matter. You can do it while it's wet or while it's, you can still get in there after it dries too and curl the petals back. Okay, and then we're on the very last layer. This is the layer that's curved down. Okay, and there you have it. That's the flower there. It also comes with the template to do the leaves. Again, I have not embossed the leaves either. I did roll those too, just using the end of this tool. And then what I did was I used a smaller tool and just put the little vein marks in the leaf. I know that's probably a little hard to see in the video. But really turns out a very, very beautiful flower. Very, very nice. Like I said, a little bit on the flatter side. These particular roses are being made for the exploding box, and that should be on the blog next week. So stay tuned for that. It really is quite beautiful. Thanks. Have a great day, guys.